Hello and welcome to the current episode of the Miskatonic University Literary Association. Today we will be browsing something particularly horrifying. Reddit rules. Specifically r slash no sleep. Today I'm joined by Harriet and Dongle. And I don't really know how to navigate Reddit. You think I read rules? Let's see. Uh, Posting guidelines. There we go. Let's see. From the top, r slash no sleep is a horror fiction posting subreddit for stories framed as scary personal experiences. These are the current r slash no sleep guidelines as of 2025, January 17th. These guidelines may change as time goes on, so keep checking this index to keep an eye on r slash no sleep OOC for updates. I don't know why that seemed formatted weird to me. Mods always retain the right to remove any r slash no sleep comment or post at their discretion. Okay, we have an excuse for power tripping. Reddit. I just skipped over that. Reddit tells users to read the guidelines of a subreddit before participating in it.
Reddit go!
Reddit.
You're not participating in particular Reddit.
Jesus. Also,
If
no.
I ever hear someone say this, like outside of Reddit, like genuinely, just send a mob to their house.
Yeah, we gotta send. Who just joined us? Oh, it's Jacob. Hey, Jacob. Jacob is currently. Hey, no, never mind.
No, I'm not. It's me.
Jacob's not dead.
Because my fucking D&D session got canceled. Our maybe like less than 100 viewers.
Oh, that sucked. Well, we get like 10 viewers here top, so like it's way
Didn't
better.
we get 70 viewers the other time?
Our FNAF video got over 100, but that's because it had FNAF in the title.
Whoa! Did we get any subs from that?
I have no idea. I do not pay attention to that.
You can actually check the specific analytics. The analytics, if you would.
Okay, continuing. Also note, r slash no sleep is not affiliated with the No Sleep podcast. Just an unfortunate naming thing. No Sleep posts must be text-based, scary personal experiences written in the first-person point of view. There are certain other restrictions. Okay, so let's go off that first. It can only be text. Okay, scary story. You have to read it. And it has to be first person. You can't say, "Oh yeah, my friend Keith told me this happened to him." You have to be Keith. Audio, image, video Keith. Outline restrictions. Outline restrictions on using supplement.
What is r/2 health bars?
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Okay, listen. If we have enough time after this, we'll check it out.
We're gonna go look at r/boners in public.
No, Jacob.
Make sure you walk outside with like a phone the size of a flat screen too.
You gotta get one of those like fold-out phones and then like have the volume on.
Oh, you digging in me? I wonder what he watching.
A cock in the dark.
Okay.
A step in the park.
We have.
What? Sorry, did you?
We have a link. Right here has the outlines. Here's the audio, image, and video outlines. r/NoSleep is a text-based subreddit, but posts are allowed to include supplemental media, audio, image, and video, with a few restrictions. All supplemental media must be safe for work, and images should be uploaded to Imgur.
Well, what's the okay? Let's talk about this, right? I can understand wanting things to be PG, but in terms of horror, not a lot can really happen without something bad happening. You know what I mean?
Like Freddy Fazbear's got a dead kid in him. What if the story's about seeing the dead kid in Freddy Fazbear? And you got a picture
can't
of
be
it.
because you have to talk about real life experiences.
Yeah, but what if I met
No
Freddy Fazbear in real life? Time sensitive
well,
question. Time sensitive question. What if I met Freddy Fazbear in real life?
Hold on, no.
Scuba jerk off 60 feet deep. A shark was watching me.
Okay, Jacob, you need to get you to stop watching that. We're gonna look at r/2 health bars for a second.
Okay.
Anyways,
What? This guy edited a fake boner on him.
okay, Jacob, either focus or get out, please.
Okay.
Last revised by Lane's grandma 3 months ago. Anyways, all supplemental material, media, same thing, are subject to the rules regarding links and intellectual property. In short, don't link to it if it isn't yours, and/or if you're trying to sell something, /get a donation, / asking people to provide personal information. Who's going on r/NoSleep and being like, oh my god, there's a serial killer after me, please send me money?
Guys, I had a nightmare. Give me $5.
Guys, I'm selling my nightmares. The content of the media must be described, as not all users can or want to open links. Okay, understandable. I don't open links anyways. I say opening 3rd layer deep. Audio and video clips can't be narrations in podcasts, advertisements, requests for money, and personal. Who is going on r/NoSleep and demanding monny? How often has this happened for them to make 2 mini segments to their rule?
It's clearly happened at least once if they're bringing it up.
Who did this? I want to know.
Do you think someone was making a story about like they were talking about there was this greasy fat Italian guy. I think his name was Wario. He was talking about money. All my money. I need you guys to help me. Wow.
Images.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wow. Images can't
cannot be advertisements or what?
Requests for money and personal information. This is definitely.
You think I'm like? Are they posting an image of like you know the video where it's like, "Good evening, everybody. John Wick in Fortnite needs your help."
Okay, so
and
the reason
he needs is your credit card information to get the victory royale.
So the reason they did that is because audio and video included narrations and podcasts, but images did not, because you can't post images. Okay, you can post images of narrations and podcasts because it's not excluded in the images department. So have fun posting your narration and podcast screenshots. So that's our rule on audio, image, and video. Anyways, where were we? NoSleep. Let's see. The rules on stories with codes and/or puzzles must be reviewed by mods before posting. Let's check that one. Codes and puzzles. If your story includes any sort of code or puzzle, you must send the code/puzzles solutions to r/NoSleep mods for review, and you must wait for approval before you can post. The mods need to make sure the code/puzzle/message doesn't break the rules, either NoSleep's or Reddit's.
Imagine being an active like Reddit mod. That must be horrible.
Codes and puzzles include but aren't limited to. Who left? Luna.
Luna did.
Luna left.
Every letter at the start of a paragraph spells out a message. So you can't do like the classic "help me" as the first letter of each line. You have to wait for a Reddit mod to approve of that. Every first word of a paragraph spells out a message. Every capitalized letter in a story spells out a message. Any other sort of hidden message, because they can't state everything, because someone's always going to come up with something more clever than them.
Mm-hmm.
Using a cipher of any kind. Damn, Kazuhiro Miller got in charge. He hates cipher.
Okay, bro.
Mathematical/scientific equations. Damn, I can't do 2 + 2 = 4 without a Reddit mod's approval.
Clearly not.
Morse code, which is in fact a code.
No horror stories about Baldy Baltimore.
Apparently, they've had to specify with people that Morse code is a code.
Okay, I don't want to alarm anybody, but it's in the name.
It is, but some people argue that it's a language for some reason. Even though it translates directly into English.
Is Braille a language? That's always something I've thought about. Like, do blind people just like are they on the internet? Do they just have someone scroll for them? Like,
I assume not.
Jeeves, scroll the page for me.
I assume
Master,
they just listen to
don't care.
podcasts and stuff. I feel like the
That would
internet
make
doesn't
sense
have a
to
whole
me.
lot for them.
How would they find the podcasts though?
They have a friend do it for them or family member.
That makes sense.
Identifying information, even if fictional, must be censored.
What?
Let's see what the details on this are. Reddit.com takes a hard stance on doxing, sharing identifying information, which is a real, actual problem across all social media. Reddit says, why is that I in brackets?
I think it's not okay.
Yeah, but like, why is the I in brackets? Is that what?
They're just making sure you see it. Like there's an eye right there.
That's
Just
what the
make sure you look at it.
I don't know. There's probably like a text reason for that. Anyways, it is not okay to post someone's personal information or post links to personal information. This includes links to public Facebook pages and screenshots of Facebook pages with the names still legible. Posting someone's personal information will get you banned. This is a really weirdly specific quote for this.
I feel like this is like a given, no?
Yeah, I don't think you needed the quote. You can just say, don't do that. And why is it so specific about Facebook?
Facebook evil.
Zark Muckerberg? What?
Yeah, Zark
They're
Zark
making sure-
Muckerberg.
Is that his lizard name?
It's now Zark Muckerberg. Per the site-wide rule, don't even use fictional identifying information in your r/NoSleep comments and posts. So I can't say that the Muffin Man lives on Drury Lane. I have to say he lives on Redacted Lane.
Had to write your story like it's an like an SCP article.
It's just a wall of black boxes.
I love it when they have the SCP articles and it's like 3 legible words. The monster
Walls
meme.
crushed.
Genitals obliterated.
Excuse me?
It's the genitals obliterated meme.
Oh my god. It's just the monster is mean. And that's all they tell us.
Keep anything that could be identifying vague and incomplete, so it doesn't look like you're sharing personal information. Reddit will not stop or check whether the information is fictional, and r/NoSleep users have lost access to their accounts because what's stopping them from making another? Like burner
Hey,
accounts are a thing.
this guy kind of writes like this guy. Ban him. Like how would they know?
They wouldn't. Like that's why people just keep making accounts with emails. Like it's not hard.
These rules are sad.
Jacob hasn't spoken in like 10 minutes, and his first thing he says, "These rules are sad."
The way he says it has like a kind of like an oomph to it that you can never have ever again. Like you cannot recreate the way he said that. Good thing we have it on record then.
This includes, but is not limited to, don't use full names. No matter how fictional, using a shortened version like Alice Z or J Doe may be acceptable, but not first plus surname, and especially not first, middle, and lat. Why are you using surname? Just say last name. Even if you shorten some of them, this also means don't use a character's first name on its own, then insert a surname letter.
Oh wow. The
That-
rules for
Later.
It's
for Coom Cave is really short.
can you not, dude? Come on. Go to r/wizard posting. You'll enjoy that one better.
Oh, okay. I'll go to Wizard posting. There's
That
not
one's-
even.
It's great. Anyways,
All right. Should I go to top of all time or wait, I'm gonna
Go-
go to controversial of all time.
all right. Not allowed. Having your main character, capital M, capital C, addressed as others as John, then later called Mr. Doe.
One of these wizards burned down a church.
Yeah,
I can't
this,
stand for this.
okay. Readers can put together that his name is John Doe, which is putting together first and plus last name and breaks our guidelines. Stick to calling him either just John or Mr. Doe or even Mr. D. Basically, if you're stop summarizing, you summarized it already. If you word your story in a way that readers can put together the first and surname for one or more characters, it breaks our guidelines. Don't use full birth dates. I'm gonna sneeze.
No!
Oh, shit.
No! Bless you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm very scared of sneezes. If
Yeah, it's
someone wrote a
very
story about
scary,
me
sorry.
On, no sleep, I would get no sleep.
Oh yeah.
So can we maybe look at one of the posts on the subreddit?
No, we haven't even finished reading the rules. How can we read the post without reading the rules?
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I was asking
Give-
if we can get to.
Giving just
Oh
a
my
date,
God.
January 1st, or a year, or big or a year 2025 may be acceptable, but not both. Characters can say, I'm now 21, or on my 40th birthday, or I turned 15 back in the 90s. But don't use a full and exact birth date.
Oh my
God, there's so much to this rule. I might start just skimming through this. Don't use full, uncensored locations. Don't use abbreviated provinces, regions, or. What if I just start reading only the bold? I'm gonna do that for the rest of this rule. Don't use real addresses. Don't use postal and zip codes. Still breaking the doxing guidelines. Don't share links to specific locations. What about who's putting Zillow links on r/NoSleep?
The fuck is Zillow?
It's like a place that helps you find apartments and stuff to live in.
Ah, of course, Zillow.
Trulia, I've never heard of that one. Don't use full uncensored phone numbers. Okay? Don't use full uncensored again, that's just contact information. You could have just say don't use real contact information including X, Y, and Z. Reddit admins may suspend/ban your account even if the information is fake. What?
What?
They don't check whether the information is real or fake before taking action? What? They're just blindly firing into the crowd?
Like Homelander laser eyes.
Like, they're not even paying attention. They're just going, that looks like a real address, and killing people? Wow. There's a lot left. Immersion, in and out of character. Means that on r/NoSleep, everything is true. even if it's not. Let's
I
see what
feel
the-
like
let's see.
something funny that could have happened if they had to check if the information is real or not. You could have used that the phone number you got at the end of God of War 3 to call Kratos.
That's a real phone number, though.
In a manner of sorts, I suppose.
No,
It's
they
real.
mean like they don't want any functioning phone numbers. They're
I
saying
feel
they
like you
don't.
can't make up a phone number. You could
You can.
put a
There's
combination
like
of letters.
specific like numbers that aren't used in phone numbers, like 555, like they use in Hollywood.
I see.
And there's certain like email addresses that don't exist.
Gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
He's gonna drown himself. See you later. Immersion on r/NoSleep means we play along and pretend that stories are true, scary personal experiences, even if they're fictional. This applies to comments and posts for readers and writers. We all play along because on r/NoSleep, everything is true, even if it's not. Is that like that's their slogan right there? Whether the yeah, I mean it's in quotation marks, so I assume so. Whether the story is 100% fact, semi-fictional, or based on real events, or 100% fictional, writers and readers on r/NoSleep will pretend it's true. Though this only applies to r/NoSleep comments and posts, don't carry over the immersion into mod mail, or direct message, or chats, or other subreddits and websites. Basic roleplay rules. Playing along and pretending the story is true is being in character, I see. Breaking immersion by acknowledging the story as fictional is out of character, OOC, and not allowed. Remember, in immersion, each story is a scary personal experience the main character, in quotation marks, really went through.
I write a story about a guy writing a story. Like, okay.
Okay. Authors and posters. If you post a scary personal experience on r/NoSleep about the main character being abducted by aliens and returned to Earth with an extra nose, you play along in the comments of your post as though you're an abductee who has returned to Earth with an extra nose. You don't reply as an author who wrote a fictional story about a two-nose abductee. You don't make an in or out of character author's note in the post itself or in the comments. You remain as in character the two-nosed abductee in the comments of your post. That's a lot of words for a simple concept.
Extra nose abductee is gonna be like my next username if I can't think of anything.
Don't impersonate/mimic other subreddits or websites. Don't format your submission as though it's meant or taken from another website or Reddit. Like, am I the asshole? Today I fucked up and ask me anything. Don't include things such as M23 or F45 or am I the asshole in your submission. Why not? That actually sounds pretty cool. That seems
Am
like
I the asshole? I stabbed somebody 75 times in the chest and they didn't really like it. What do you guys think?
That would be a really cool idea for a story, though. Like a Reddit post of "Am I the asshole?" of someone that clearly is the asshole doing something horrifying, or someone in a situation that's horrifying. You know. Within immersion, characters are specifically posting to NoSleep to share a scary personal experience. It makes no sense for them to act as though they're posting on a different, unrelated subreddit. This includes titles. But, like, why would you limit it that hard? Who caused problems this way? Why would you limit it that hard? Why would you deny the scary story possibilities? Don't respond to out-of-character comments. If it's a compliment, out-of-character comments break, even if it's a compliment. Out-of-character comments break our guidelines and will be removed, as will your reply. Stay in character in the comments of your post and ignore rule breaking ones. Continuing to break immersion by making or replying to out of character comments will result in a ban. This means no comment slash. This means no comments or replies like thanks for reading my story, glad you liked it, or this is my first story, give me feedback, or this next part will be up to tomorrow, or thanks for the feedback. But that could be done in the narrative. That's strangulating them for no reason. It could be still be they can still put it in the narrative if they know how to. While we want people to treat the scary personal experience as real on r/NoSleep, remember that immersion only applies to r/NoSleep posts and comments. So don't carry over immersion to mod mail. You've already said this. Why are you saying this a second time? Did they not? Who went through these? Lane's grandma 1 month ago. You made a mistake. Don't imply/state in any way that your story is true or fictional. Why would you not let them say
Hey.
that's true? Welcome back, Dongle.
Hi,
Good,
Dongle.
thank you. That confuses me.
This whole page has been confusing.
They keep repeating themselves, which is adding to it.
I've never seen somebody say so little
In so many words.
So many words, and you've said so little.
Don't imply in any way that other stories on r/NoSleep are fictional. You could just put that into your previous bullet point. That you could just say, don't imply or state in any way that your story or anyone else's story is real or. Don't call your own NoSleep post/story or others a creepypasta. Wow, they're fucking sore about that. They're sore about the creepypasta terminology. I know it. Don't leave any sort of author's note in or out of character. This includes, but isn't limited to, announcing this is your first story.
It's mentioned like a paragraph ago.
They did.
Christ. I'd honestly rather read Sonic High School at this point.
Hold on, I'm gonna start like skimming through to do that. To like make this easier. Don't make interest checks. That you just said that. Don't post literary phrases. Okay. Don't divide your posts in the chat. You just said that. These are the same rule.
Guys, hold on. Quick break. This GIF in specific is taking me out, dude. Why does he look so sad?
Because he's linguini. He was getting too familiar with the vegetables.
You get the video of the vegetables. Get out!
One can become too familiar with the vegetables. Anyways,
that was almost me.
You can't include a TLDR or summary of your story. Yeah, a lot of these bullet points are just individual points that they chose to break up to make this seem longer for some reason. If you read a scary personal experience on r/NoSleep about main character being up to extra nose, we already read that. Don't try to debunk or poke holes in the story to prove it isn't real. So basically, don't say, hey, how did... Okay, you're not allowed to ask questions. Don't leave out-of-character comments on posts. We read that, you already said that. Don't leave feedback, you already said that. Don't leave debunking, you already said that. Remaining in character means replying to story as true, you already said that. This means no comments, like, why is that a separate bullet point? That's... Okay. So half of this was just repeated information. Okay, next section. Main characters on r/NoSleep outlines on the... Okay, let's see what the outlines for the main characters can be. Your main point of view character can't be dead or incapacitated or incarcerated by the end of your story.
Why
The,
not?
the character posting on NoSleep must be alive as well as mentally and physically capable of writing and posting. This includes, but isn't limited to, main character can't die at or before the end. Main character can't be in a coma or at or before the end. Main character can't be tied down or in a jail or prison or hospital or psych ward or padded room. Post can't end mid paragraph or end with an ellipses or an M dash. That's just called a hyphen, dude. Why did you make. Okay, anyways. They can't be a stalker, killer, rapist, murderer, simply bragging. Okay, that makes sense. I can see the subreddit being flooded with I'm such a bad person. I killed 87,000 people yesterday. I'm gonna come after you next, you know. So
The person reading this is going to die.
yeah, like
Says Jeff the Killer. Jeff
thi-
that kills me.
this rule makes
But
sense.
these rules are so boring. I zoned out.
I agree. The main character cannot be an infant, toddler, or human being under 13. I'm sorry, guys, but if you're 12 years old, you can't have a scary experience. It's
I
just,
don't
just
know,
not allowed.
That time that fucking guy pulled out. Okay, no, time for a story. This is gonna be funny. Trust me.
Okay. Anyways,
He was genuinely hanging out, like he and a group of deers were fucking standing there judging me.
Reddit itself requires users to be at least 13 years old. They do not enforce this rule, I assure you. Animal or insect? Okay, sorry, furries. You can't be a dog, cat, bird, iguana, firefly, moose, snake, spider, giraffe, ants, or anything under the animal kingdom. Can I be a fish? Can I be a fungus? Because the fungus are not under the animal kingdom. There's a train going by.
Man, you're kind of like a dog, where if something happens, you will drop anything you are doing to like sit and stare. Like there's a train.
It's like right outside. It's like I could walk over to the train.
Like
And
you'll see a squirrel outside your window. Like guys, what's happening? There's a squirrel outside.
I'm just saying because it's interesting. It's like I'm right next to like a window door, whatever you want to call it. Autism. Anyways, the main character cannot be an inanimate or non-sentient object. That includes Roombas, dishwashers, barns, mops, desk lamps, cars, pens, clothing items, mugs, cutlery, or other non-sentient items. Does fungus count? We don't know if it's sentient or not. Like the megamycete under like 30% of America. Anyways, the main character cannot be a real life, living, or dead public. Why is Taylor Swift their chosen example?
If anything, a horror story about Swifties coming to my house and trying to kill me would be pretty scary.
No, not kidnap. No, not kill. Kidnap. Or do whatever Swifties intend to do, because they are a cult. Remember, inflammatory stories meant to deliberately provoke /anger /upset others aren't allowed and will get you banned. Posting from the past or the future. Okay, that's another weirdly limiting odd rule. So you can't be someone that's like, hey, I came from the future and I've accidentally brought my future evolved germs with me and it's gonna cause the end of the world. Can't post that. That also means you're not allowed to post a Christmas story because that had time travel.
It did?
Yeah, because the ghost of Christmas future, present, and past.
You meant a Christmas story, not like a story about Christmas.
Posting found media / lost episode type stories. Okay, so I guess you're not allowed to do. Hey, I found this, fucking, yeah. They specifically say no. Yeah, you can't like be like, oh yeah, I found this weird stuff in my attic. Here's what it says. And they're saying go fucking put that shit over in r/creepypasta. Damn, they're really salty about this. Your character cannot be someone else's intellectual property. We've already been over that. Such as Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, Hastur, Yogg-Sothoth, Randall, Flag, Slenderman, the
Man, I'm
Rig,
not
Siren
looking
Head,
at
and
Yogg-Sothoth.
SCP Monster, etc. We were just talking about Yogg-Sothoth.
Yeah. Maybe
Beings
the
from-
monsters
What
are
is that?
safe.
Yogg-Sothoth is the gatekeeper, and the key.
I thought you said the gatekeeper. I was like, the huh?
Might as well. Anyways.
I'm the gatekeeper.
It's just a picture of the fucking keeper from Isaac with a little pride flag on him or something.
Beings from folklore or mythology, such as Selkies, Aswangs, vampires, werewolves. What about a vampire who's like sick of the corporate world and he's like suffering? What, can't that be a good horror story? Or a vampire that realized that there's something much worse than, dying into the sun or something. Oh, hold on, it says they are fine as long as you make your own version of them and they're sentient and humanoid enough to post on r/NoSleep. You can't use famous characters like Dracula or Carmilla or anyone from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so it's okay, that's because they're copyright, like you just said. So they can't post they can't be sharing
Whoa!
only sad and / tragic experience. So okay, so they can't just be like, oh man, everyone I love died, everything
Hey, would it be-
sucks.
Real quick side note.
Share
Okay,
an
continue.
They also can't share an entirely wholesome experience. So no just happy, no just sad. They have a section called main character victimization. On r/NoSleep, victimization includes but may not be limited to abuse of any kind, kidnapping / forcible confinement, torture, sexual assault, murder, attempted murder. If your story focuses on your main character victimizing others, it will be removed. If the victimization elements are taken out and your story isn't scary, it will be removed. So what? Wait. So the stuff to be afraid of, if it's not scary without that, it'll get removed. What? If your story is about, you just said that one. Story about being abusive to others, it isn't suitable. You just said that. Stories about main character being abused, it isn't suitable. Can't be I am / was, so all the abuse is taken out of the story isn't scary. You can't just say, oh yeah, I took out the scary part of your story and it's not scary anymore, so it can't be here. What? That's like what if you took like
Are
the
there even any posts on this fucking subreddit?
like what if someone like took Friday the 13th or whatever and removed the serial killer when it's not scary? Yeah,
It's just teenagers having sex.
You just removed the part that's supposed to be scary. Oh my god. All NoSleep stories must be scary personal experiences. First person only, past or present tense only, no found media or lost episodes. You've already said that. Alright, let's see what they mean by scary personal experience. Stories on r/NoSleep are framed as scary personal experiences which actually happen to the main character and are treated as true, whether or not they actually are. Within NoSleep immersion, the main character is sharing it. You already said that. All stories submitted to NoSleep must be in first-person point of view using past or present tense. Okay. Then they gave a list of first-person pronouns because apparently they need that to be given. Second and third person point of view are not allowed, which means no stories where the reader is the main character, and no... What? No, which means no stories where the reader... Okay, so it's not saying that... So the you is... You can't be you, the reader. Okay, and no omniscient narrators. Future tense is not allowed. I have never read a fictional story where the entire thing's in future tense.
What would that even, like, how would that work?
It wouldn't. It doesn't work that way. That would be really awkward to read through. The scary personal experience must happen to or directly affect the main character. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was already said. Not allowed. John dreams about demons attacking his neighbor while John watches helplessly. That's not allowed because it's not happening to John or affecting him. Not allowed. Jane sees the werewolf transform, but he's chased off by the witch before he can attack. What? Okay. While letting out his dog before bed, Brad thinks he sees a pair of eyes. What? Since nothing actually happens to Brad, it's not a scary personal experience, even if he was scared. What?
Hallucinating isn't scary. What? Hallucinate?
Being unsure, being unsure if there's something outside of your house isn't scary.
I think we should just like find whoever wrote this and kill them.
It says it was last revised by Lane's grandma 1 month ago.
Lane's grandma's about to get it, bro.
Please rephrase that.
No.
No found media or lost You've already said that one. They are really sore about creepypasta stuff.
I wonder why.
Probably because people went to NoSleep because they knew it was a horror place and went, oh yeah, I'll post my Jeff the Killer fanfiction here.
Listen, there's two types of Jeff the Killer fanfiction. There's Jeff the Killer fanfiction where he has feminine hips and a fat ass, or where he punches somebody so hard their heart stops, and then has gay sex with Slenderman.
Can you? Okay, Jesus Christ.
That's the most important part of the story, man. You don't understand.
Speaking of unacceptable horror, there are topics and themes and elements that aren't allowed, such as Jeff the Killer getting back shots from Ben Drowned. Abuse of any kind is not allowed.
What? Abuse is scary. Oh my god.
Bestiality is not allowed. Comedic horror is not allowed. Erotic horror is not allowed. Gornography, which is like the excessive gore that you always see in creepypastas where like a character's like ripped in half and shit. Hate speech and slurs. I'm pretty sure getting chased by the KKK would be goddamn scary.
I mean, it would be pretty scary if I was black.
Either way, they kill white people too if they consider them, you know, not white enough. Mental or physical health. If the health/addiction elements are removed and your story isn't scary, it's not fit. Again, this thing of like how being addicted to a substance can be terrifying. The effects of it can be terrifying. You can't just take out the scary part and say, your story's not scary. Like, if you take the alien out of the movie Alien, it's not scary anymore. Fucking weirdos. No necrophilia.
I mean, it could be scary. Being in space is kind of frightening.
Right, but like, if the alien wasn't there, they would have gone to the planet, been like, there's nothing fucking here, gone back in the ship, and nothing would have happened. They would go back into cryosleep. No necrophilia, pedophilia, rape, or sexual violence. Understandable. Those things are scary, but I can understand not wanting that, and they fairly safe for work.
Yeah.
Sad or tragic experiences. Again, with the if this is removed and it's not scary, it's not fit. That's such a weird, subjective, and arbitrary rule. Shocking or infuriating events, where the purpose of the story is to anger or shock the reader. This also includes meta or joke posts about NoSleep mods. Someone made a post insulting the mods. Someone made a post insulting the mods.
You're saying like you said that like we were about to start a musical. Somebody made a post insulting the mods. Somebody made a post, and it was.
Somebody made a post. Somebody made a post. Anyways, next up, torture porn is not allowed. Victimization, we already went over that section. Wholesome horror, where the wholesome outweighs the horror. Example.
How?
Okay. No, this is just example for like all these rules. John makes a post mentioning his parents were abusive, and one night he left the house to escape them. He ran to a serial killer slash werewolf who almost killed him. He details the serial killer werewolf encounter and how he survived with scars which will never heal. The focus slash bulk of the story is how the serial killer werewolf encounter went, not the domestic violence.
Uh, okay. That's like a good reason to run away from home, though.
Right, but like you're allowed to put that in there to give it like make it the catalyst to escape, you know?
I
Like he
see.
wouldn't have gone to the scary thing if that wasn't the case, you know?
I see.
And then you can't post. John makes a post detailing about how abusive parents were, with graphic descriptions, and then saying how he's moved away and is in therapy and can get over the domestic abuse. No other scary elements mentioned. Remember, you need to have a serial killer werewolf.
I like how it's not just a werewolf, a serial killer
It
werewolf.
says serial killer slash werewolf for the example, so I'm going to keep up with that
Oh.
one.
Fellas, I need to go to bed.
Sleep well,
Good
have
night,
fun
jerk
at
off.
school.
Don't
Good night,
don't
Jacob.
get r/no sleep.
Don't watch out for the
Okay.
serial killer werewolf.
No, that's okay. I'll be fine. I'm gonna go on r/bonus in public.
No, Jesus, Jacob. This guy.
He should have said he was just gonna go on r/sleep.
That would be a lot better. Next rule. If your post isn't a text-based scary personal experience written in the first-person point of view, it's not allowed on r/NoSleep. This includes, but isn't limited to, stories in the second or third. You've already gone over this. Looking or in search of posts aren't allowed. Narrator open catalog. Okay, already went over that. Why is it like this weird like maze of rules that are already said and repeated? All right, users are limited to one post per 24 hours. That's an understandable rule. What does this link take me to?
It brings you to r/sleep and you die. That's my scary story.
Posts must be formatted properly. All posts must be in understandable English. Sorry, I just like threw up a little in my mouth reading through all this. With a good faith effort at proper spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Spag. Oh my god, I love that. Spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Spag. That's awesome.
That
I
sounds a
love
little
that.
too much a certain word.
I love that. Paragraphs must be less than 350 words. Dialogue must be formatted properly, no indenting, etc. Let's see what formatted properly says. Don't make the entirety or majority of your comment and post bold, italic, headline text, etc. Don't indent. Don't make your comment slash post a wall of text. Format your dialogue properly. Don't use a TLDR. We already said that. Don't hide the entirety or majority of your comment or post under spoiler text. Use wordcounter.net. Okay, apparently there's a 500 word minimum for a post and a 350 word maximum for a paragraph. Don't use emojis in your title or post. Use emojis sparingly in the comments. Formatting, character, and word counts. Minimum 500 words. Wordcounter.net again. If your story must be under if your story must be under 500 words, try Halloween stories, short scary stories, terror therapy, the cryptic compendium, 2-sentence horror. If your story is true and you don't want to change it, see the list of true encounters and stories subreddits. I'm not going there. Reddit has a site-wide post limit of 40,000 characters. I could not imagine making a 40,000 character post on Reddit.
Without being paid.
Right. There's no set word limit, but they should probably be no more than 5,500 words up to 36,000 characters. So you're saying there's no limit, but like they're gonna be an ass about it.
Hey, man, how do you know off the top of your noggin how long the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy set is?
The trilogy set?
Yes, if you were to sit down and watch all of the movies in one sitting,
Normal or like extended editions?
extended editions.
Ooh, that's like 17 hours. Lord of the Rings trilogy is 11 hours and 21 minutes long.
My God.
So, I mean, those movies, I like Lord of the Rings. Those were well made movies. Anyways, if you're using the app and have trouble posting stories, especially those over 1,000 words, try switching to. Okay, that's not a rule, that's just a suggestion. Formatting content warning. If your post contains warnable content such as abuse, gore, sexual violence, torture, etc., include a content warning at the top of the post. Wait, but they don't want the meta text. What? There's so many rules and repeats that I'm losing track of it all. How do people post here?
What do they post? Do they post my name is
My
Edwin?
name is Edward. I built the mimic. It was difficult to put the pieces together.
Put the pieces together.
There are two types of flares on Reddit. I don't care about flares. No Sleep's list of flares includes animal abuse, child abuse, self harm series, or sexual violence.
Okay, makes sense.
If posting a series with more than one flareable topic, select the series flare, then mark your post. Okay, this is just how you actually put it together, which is very difficult, according to Edwin. And it's if formatting paragraphs, just don't be a dillweed about it. Don't indent. Keep paragraphs under 350 words. That's like the fourth time they've said that. Each new speaker's dialogue must be a separate paragraph. Yeah, that's just how writing paragraphs works. The example formatting titles can't be the titles on Reddit can't be edited. That's a good warning. Not a rule though. No, Dongle, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you didn't like fall asleep through all these goddamn rules.
I mean, it's kind of hard to keep.
I'm losing track. Have you lost track?
I just
Yeah.
know that it sounds genuinely impossible to write anything of actual substance on this subreddit.
It like they keep adding more rules and more red tape and don't use Roman numerals. Don't imitate or mimic other website. You already said that. Don't use all caps. Don't summarize again. Okay. Okay, we're almost at the end. Original work only. No fan fiction or bandwagoning or piggybacking posts. No plagiarism or translations without permission. No stories based on existing intellectual properties. No AI generated stories. Understandable rule. I get that one. The discrete self promotion links. Each post is allowed no more than 2 self promotion links with. I thought you weren't allowed to beg for money. Let me see the rules on this
If they
one.
have if they have contradictory rules in this fucking list, I'm gonna cry.
They have had contradictory rules.
Already? Oh my God.
Links can't be to sites asking for money. Okay. You may not in any way promote anything on no what? So you can't promote NoSleep on NoSleep. Series links are allowed if you're posting several part stories. Linking to your own profile or a master post on your server is highly encouraged. That's not a rule. Don't put self-promoting links in comments. Okay. Let's see. And then last is mod mail stuff. Let's check out what mod mail says. Using mod mail rules. Moderators aren't admins. Moderators are unpaid volunteers in charge of individual subreddits. Admins are paid employees in charge of Reddit as a whole. Contacting mods isn't the same as contacting admins. So when you scream RDM, don't tell it to the admins, tell it to the mods. Be polite in mod mail. Basically, the mods have fragile feelings. Sucks to be them, because if they ever see this video, they're gonna ban all of us.
They're gonna find out specifically who you are and like send the
Well,
fucking Nintendo ninjas to your
The
house.
Nintendo ninjas. They were on the train outside my house. Let's see. Be patient. Don't send NoSleep moderators more than one message at a time. Don't contact moderators outside of mod mail regarding subreddit issues. You'll be banned if you do. Don't ask about other users' removal situation. Don't send stories or ideas through mod mail. About removals. Removed content still exists because it's just hidden. Only you, the original poster, the subreddit's mods and admins can see your removed content. Only mods and admins can remove comments and posts. Only you, the original poster, can delete your comment or post. Deleting it erases the content. Moderators can't delete comments or posts. Removals aren't personal. That's a lie. I assure you, 2,000%, there have been personal vendettas done by removing posts. Removals can be done by human moderators.
No way, right?
I mean, there's no way that it hasn't happened. This is Reddit.
Yeah, like genuinely, like 4,000 billion to fuck off %. Like that
There's
has totally
18
happened.
million people on this subreddit. It's definitely happened. Removals can be done by human moderators, automated bots, a number of reports, Reddit administrators, and Reddit's spam filter. Basically, that you're not allowed to know who hit the gavel on your post. Could be a machine.
I feel like that is such an easy way to like mod abuse. Like I don't like this story.
Well, of
Just
course,
remove it.
that's the point. They want to make it as powerful as possible as a position. Posts and comments made by shadow banned users don't show up for others, including mods. What is shadow banned? No sleep specific removals. Okay, so it will say if it was removed by a mod or bot. But I don't doubt there's a way for the mods to fake it was done by a bot. Give human mods time to respond, be polite, no, fuse page, receive, has nothing to do with removals. So basically if you have like a trillion upvotes, but like someone goes like, I don't like this, they can still remove it.
That's annoying.
Yep. Respond to removal mod mails directly, don't spam the mods. You already said that. Remember to send the mods a link to your post. Tells you not to repost a story with or without changes under tag. Do not repost it. That's a pretty self-explanatory thing. To repost a story on it, contact mods first. Again, I don't see why you wouldn't do that. Reposting or deleting to repost to get more attention, or karma farming is against Reddit's rules. Doesn't stop people. I think that's okay. That's it for the rules.
Christ
Sheesh.
almighty.
Oh my god, how long have we been recording?
Too long.
An hour.
An hour?
An hour.
God. Be so. Oh my fuck. No. This can't be.
It
No,
took
no,
us
no.
an hour to get through the rules, and that was with skimming.
Dude.
So what do we do now? What do you mean? We can finally play the game. Okay,
Hold
let's.
on. I gotta. Let's see a post in NoSleep that stayed up despite the fucking Big Brother is watching ass rules.
I want to see the top of all time. I want to see the cream
The best
of the crop of r/NoSleep.
I want to see the cream. I say, grabbing a
The
bottle of whipped cream.
cream. Ooh, 5 years ago.
My sugar
My
daddy asks
sugar
me for weird
daddy
favors.
asks me for weird favors.
This is the top of No Sleep. Did they not?
This is the all-time best post on r/NoSleep. Let's get into it.
700 weekly, no sex. Suck it up, moron. What?
What are you-
Weekly?
Hold on. Let's read this. His Tinder profile said he was 45, but he looked to be in his early 30s at most. Looking for sugar baby, 700 weekly, no sex. It sounded too good to be true, but as a broke university student, I can already tell exactly why Reddit upvoted this so much. Women, as Harry Dubois says.
We don't like.
I was
them,
willing.
insane. Or
I was willing to take my chances. I swiped right, and Tinder let me know it was a match. His message came seconds later.
Hey there, sweetheart. Smiley face.
I cringed at that word. I hated it. But listen, you can't. When you sell yourself out like this, you have to understand that you are in no place to cringe at that kind of thing. You are choosing to undergo this.
700 weekly? I'm replying, hey, daddy, how you doing? Like, bro, $700 a week? Bro, oh.
And this is also probably going to be like under the table or something, so that's not even going to be taxed. But $700 was $700, so I sucked it up and replied.
Kermit the Frog and then his sugar daddy sell.
I mean, he's got a fist up his ass all day. His name was Jack. He told me he owned his own business. There's a lot of comma splicing. There's a lot. You don't need that comma there. Although he never specified what kind of business it was. We talked for a while before he asked me for my Venmo to send me my first payment. But what? First payment? Now, you haven't even gone a week? I guess it's up front. After a few minutes, I got the notification. I stared at the $700 for at least 20 minutes. In reality, that was probably 5 minutes tops. Expecting to wake up from a dream at any second. But it wasn't a dream.
You still there?
I clicked on the message.
Yeah, sorry. If you don't mind me asking, what are you looking for in return?
I stared at the chat until he replied.
I'm just looking for you to do a few favors for me. Smiley face.
That sounded like it's going to be sexual to me.
Like what?
For example, the first thing I need you to do is pick up a delivery for me.
Oh my god, it's drug running. It's drug running. It's drug running. That sounded innocent enough. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That 100% sounds like drug running immediately.
yeah.
But I was still expecting there to be some kind of twist. The twist is that's drug running. $700 to pick up a package? Come on. Even I wasn't that naive. So naive you don't recognize drug running.
From the post office or something?
No, I'll send you the address, but I'd rather not do this through Tinder. You got Kick? Or can you give me your number?
Okay, so, like, IRL thing, if someone ever says to take it to a different site, that's because they don't want to leave a trace. Which tells everyone that they're doing shady shit. Kick? What is this, 2011? 5 years... No, that's... Okay, that's like 9 years ago. That's... I decided to give him my number instead, and he texted me the address immediately. I followed by the address... What's with all these comma? I don't like how this is written. This is... Anyways. Followed by the address to his house, where I would drop off the package.
I'm not home right now, but there's a key on the bottom of the blue flower pot near the door. Go inside and put the package on the coffee table in the living room. Make sure that you lock the door when you go inside the house, and lock it again when you leave.
I grabbed my car keys and wallet and got to my car, putting the address into Google Maps.
Got it. On my way.
My phone buzzed as I backed out of the driveway.
I'm serious. Lock the door both times, please.
I thought that was a little excessive, but I promised them that I would. The house looked abandoned. It had a broken chain link fence around it, with a small door that was hanging on to dear life. It stuck out like a sore thumb, surrounded by houses that were a lot nicer than this one in comparison. You here for Jack's shit? I looked to see a man standing in the doorway of the house. He took up almost the entire space. This guy's huge. His head skimming the top of the door frame. He was huge in height and muscles. His entire torso was covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I guess.
I replied, not moving from my spot on the sidewalk. Stay right there, he said. I did. I don't think I actually would have moved if anyone told me to. Or, I don't know why I read that. I looked around and realized that there was no one else on the street. I was a 21-year-old woman alone on the street. I gripped my car keys. A few minutes later, the man came back carrying a cardboard box. About the size of a shoebox, but stained and damp on some of the corners. Can I open your car? He asked. I opened the trunk, not wanting that inside my car seats, and he set it in. All right, there you go,
Thanks.
I replied. I walked around to the driver's side of the car and opened the door. Oh, and one more thing, he said. I looked at him. Watch out, he said. I didn't reply. I blasted my music as I drove to Jack's house, hoping it would drown out my anxiety. It didn't. I parked my car in the stone driveway and stayed inside the car, admiring the house. It was a huge house with stone pillars on the front porch and the greenest grass I'd ever seen in my life. I turned the car off and got out. I grabbed the package and walked to the front door, getting the keys from where he said it would be. I opened the door and stepped in, closing it behind me. I thought about what he said and locked the door when I got inside. I thought I was a little overboard, but as I stared at the closed door, something made me reach out and lock it. Yeah, common sense, like you said you would, so do it. I walked inside, my feet cushioned by the thick maroon carpet. I admired the inside of the house. All the furniture was wooden and looked incredibly expensive. I would probably finish school a dozen times with the money that it took to furnish this place. I set the package down on the coffee table, and as I walked back to the door, I heard a phone ringing from somewhere inside the house. I froze. In my pocket, my phone buzzed. I took it out to look.
Don't answer any calls that aren't from Marvin.
I put my phone back and followed the sound of the phone, poking my head into a few rooms before I found an office. I walked over to the desk and looked at the caller ID. Incoming call from Jack. That was odd. I grabbed my phone and looked at the message again. I was starting to get a little creeped out and decided I wouldn't answer just to be safe. I left the house, remembering to lock the door as I left. I've done a few more favors for Jack since then. I drove a BMW to a random park in another city, only to get out and drive a different car back to Jack's house. He had me meet one of his employees at lunch, who then gave me a briefcase to deliver some house that I'd gone to and told me he would know if I looked inside. On several occasions, he asked me to drive down to the same house and stay with the guy whose name was Julio for a certain amount of time. Again, this is just drug running. You're working for like the mob. Like, come on, dude. This isn't rocket science.
Interesting that they started this off with being a sugar baby.
Like, if you're a sugar baby, you should know how the drug business at least starts, you know? Most recently, Jack asked... In total, I've made around $3,500. Most recently, Jack asked me to stay in his house overnight. I woke up to a text message from him.
I need you to spend the night at my house.
I'd never seen him in person, but I had talked to him on the phone a few times. He proceeded to tell me he would pay me $1,000 to spend the night at his house, provided I follow a few rules. God damn it, it's one of those goddamn rule creepypastas again.
Pardon?
You know how modern creepypastas like I got a new job at the gas station, but they have weird rules. Like those ones.
Absolutely not.
They're everywhere. I'm surprised you haven't seen them. I drove to his house that evening. The driveway was empty, and it normally was, but the porch light was on. I walked up, unlocked the door, went inside, and locked it again. Everything inside the house looked the same. Jack had told me over the phone that he would leave a list of rules on the dining room table. I set all my stuff down in the living room. My bags looked like garbage compared to the fancy furniture there. I walked
You
into
said that kind of. I thought you said like Jacket from Hotline Miami. I got really concerned.
What?
You said like Jack and it sounded like Jack It, and I was like, no way.
That would be a great twist for this. I set all my stuff down in the living room. I wandered into the kitchen, and then to the dining room. Sure enough, there's a piece of paper on the wooden table, held down by an empty glass. The rules are as follows: lock the door when you come in. Only answer calls from Marvin. Don't turn on any faucets between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Don't open the door for anyone, no matter who they say they are, after 10 p.m. If the door to the closet at the end of the hall is open, sleep in the library. If closed, sleep in any of the bedrooms. The gardener comes at midnight. If he starts knocking on the windows, hide. Turn on the TV and let it play static through the night. Do not forget to do this. Help yourself to anything in the fridge, smiley face. I'll pay you in the morning, good night.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's rules.
They are. This is... Check on Foxy. Don't forget to look at Freddy. Close the doors. But yeah, for a while, I think it might still be going. There's this big phenomenon on YouTube or on Creepypasta that's like, I got a new job and they have a bunch of weird rules, or I started living at this place and they have a bunch of rules to follow. And it's always shit like, don't do this after 10 p.m. Don't do this at this time. Make sure that's always this, you know.
Don't call Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then because they're a fucking moron, they always call Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m. You know?
Yeah, what possible need did you have to call Freddy Fazbear at
Well,
3 a.m.?
he got Freddy Fazbear's number and it was going to expire at 3 a.m. Anyways, I made sure to follow all the rules. To be honest, I was regretting my decision, but seeing as I was already here, I was getting paid, decided to stay anyways. Figuring as long as I followed the rules, I'd be perfectly fine. Still, it felt a little odd. What was this, a haunted house? Where'd everyone go? Where's everyone going?
Yeah,
Bingo?
thanks, Leon S. Kennedy.
Leon the Sex Kennedy. I don't know what my middle name means. Nevertheless, I lounged around the house for a few hours, as I was planning on going to sleep around 9, since that's the time when all the weird shit would begin to happen. At 8:50, I brushed my teeth using the faucet for the last time before 9. See, I would fuck that up. I would fuck that up because I'd brush my teeth and be like, ah, shit, it's 9:01 or something, you know? I checked the closet in the hallway, and upon seeing that it was open, I moved my stuff into the library and got ready to sleep on the couch because Foxy was going to come out of that closet. Like in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I locked the doors just in case, and I laid on the couch scrolling through my phone. I hadn't gotten any more messages from Jack, and I started to think up scenarios and reasons as to why he had such a strict and peculiar set of rules in his house. I had dozed off at some point because at exactly 10:16 p.m., I was woken to the sound of the doorbell ringing. I was about to get up and check, but then I remembered the rule. Don't open the door for anyone, no matter who they say they are, after 10 p.m. I stayed on the couch, trying not to move, paranoid that I'd even hear the slightest sound.
It's the police! Open up! Freeze! Ryan! Randy's right behind me! Freeze! Ryan!
Freeze! Freeze!
Randy's right behind me! Ryan!
Freeze!
I didn't move.
Hello? It's the police. Open up or we're coming in.
Can't do that. You need a warrant.
Yeah, exactly. I still didn't move, but I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. There was silence for a while after that. Then my doorbell rang again.
Hey, it's Jack. Let me in.
It sounded like Jack, but still I didn't get up. He would have a key, wouldn't he? Why would he need me to let him in? This continued for almost a full hour. Different people would ring the doorbell, announce themselves, and disappear when they didn't respond. See, in America, that would get the whatever it is outside shot. They just like lean out of a window and bang!
Bow! What the devil did I say? Grabbing my powdered wig and smooth door.
What the devil?
Okay. I was finally able to fall asleep, and the gardener never came. When I woke up in the morning, I heard someone in the kitchen. I got up slowly and unlocked the door quietly as possible, taking my phone with me and walking across the living room into the kitchen. I stopped at the entrance and peered in. It was Jack. He was standing in front of the stove, stirring something as the coffee machine brewed some coffee on the counter behind him.
Hey, good morning.
He said when he saw me.
Hi.
I replied, nervous. I hadn't seen him in person before, but he looked exactly like his pictures online. See, that's the most unrealistic part of this whole thing.
Scrambled eggs.
He asked, motioning to the pan with a wooden spoon.
Yeah, thanks.
I replied, walking over to take the plate from him. I ate my breakfast and drank some coffee in silence.
So, how was it?
He asked.
It was okay. Nothing super freaky happened.
Cool.
He replied. There was an awkwardness in the room.
I think I'm gonna go to class now.
I trailed off. I didn't, but I really wanted to get out of there.
Oh, no, yeah, sure. I'll talk to you some other time.
He replied. I grabbed my stuff and he walked me to my car. I could see him standing in the driveway staring at me as I left. When I got home, I unpacked all my stuff and noticed I still had the list with me. I sat on my bed and read again. I felt my body tense up as I realized I'd forgotten something. Turn on the TV and let it play static through the night. Do not forget to do this.
I thought he was gonna get her.
I stared at the words on the page until they lost meaning. Beside me, my phone buzzed, snapping back to reality. It was the $1,000 payment. I looked at my phone and then went back to the list. Maybe it was an important step? As I was thinking over, a text from Jack came in.
I'm not in town right now. I should be back in the next week, so you're free from running any more errands for me until then. Just send the payment. Go do something fun, winky face.
I stared at the message and read it again, and once more for good measure.
I'm not in town right now.
I went back to this morning, how Jack was in his house, how he gave me breakfast.
I'm not in town right now.
Within minutes, a new text came in from a number that I didn't recognize.
Did you forget to do something, winky face?
The text was followed by a picture of Jack, or whoever this version of Jack was, standing in front of the TV. I didn't respond. Next came another TV. This one's in front of my house. It was followed by another text.
Watch out!
The end.
What? You're joking.
That's it.
You're pulling my nuts. You're fucking speed bagging my balls right now. Like,
Oh my
there's
god.
no way.
The top comment is by a guy called I Am a Pervert saying you forgot 2 rules actually. The TV and didn't lock the door behind you. That's why fake Jack was able to follow. See, that would be clever if that was intentional, which I doubt. Someone says, I want to know who the fuck Marvin is. Like, what? Like, what kind of haunted house does this guy... This here is the cream of the crop. Best thing on r/NoSleep, according to r/NoSleep.
It's probably very hard to get better stories with all those rules.
This is the best thing they have to offer.
That is so interesting.
That's... Oh, I kind of regret making this episode, to be honest. I thought
Okay. Listen. As a palate cleanser and a treat for the end of the episode for him to suffer through that, you should look up the powdered wig creepypasta.
I own a musket for home defense, since that's what the founding fathers intended. 4 ruffians break into my house. What the devil? As I grab my powdered wig and Kentucky rifle. Blow a golf ball sized hole through the first man, he's dead on the spot. Draw my pistol on the second man, miss him entirely because it's smoothbore and it nails the neighbor's dog. I have to resort to the cannon mounted on the top of the stairs, loaded with grape shot. Tally ho, lads! The grape shot shreds 2 men in the blast. The sound and the extra shrapnel sets off car alarms. Fix bayonet and charge the last terrified rapscallion. He bleeds out waiting on the police to arrive since triangular bayonet wounds are impossible to stitch up. Just as the founding fathers intended.
The Tally Ho part makes me think like it's Leviathan from Skullgirls.
You said Leviathan and fucking Virgilius Olympus Company beamed into my head.
Leviathan.
From Skullgirls.
No, this one.
Oh. Yeah,
Specifically the Reaper
actually.
Leviathan. That's the character we're talking about now.
Oh. Anyway, thank you for coming, M.U.L.A viewers. It's nice having you all here. I know this episode was no sleep. However, I want everybody watching this video to go to the No Sleep Reddit and start posting shit that sucks right now.
No,
All of
post
you. Get up.
post stuff that only vaguely violates the rules. See, push those limits. See just how far you can go before you get banned.
The Department of Homeland Security has issued a bra moment warning to the following districts: